Okay, I'm back for the second feature now, and the pace truck is just pulling away. And alright, we have crossed the finish line, so I can sync up the audio. Okay, so that last feature we finished 6th, and we'll be starting 6th again, and usually it doesn't work that way. A lot of the times you will start somewhere else than where you finish in the first feature. But, yeah, I believe they were trying to... we're the last race of the night right now, so they were trying to rush the program along. So I believe there's only one lap of caution after we get going here. And you'll see the 41 car there again. She's actually involved in a pretty bad accident halfway through this race, which injured her pretty good, actually. I don't know exactly what happened, because it's not on camera at all, but she just smashes the outside wall coming out of turn 4 and injures herself pretty good. But it's unfortunate, really it is. But I believe she'll be back before the end of the season. And yeah, other than that, we're coming to green here in a second. You'll see that the green Civic out in front, and then that car that's on pole right now is actually our oldest driver. He's 71 years old, Vietnam veteran. Tough guy. I like him. Alright, green flag. Me coming around, I didn't want to dive to the inside there. Probably wouldn't have cleared it. This guy right next to me in this Cobalt here is a very fast driver also. Just recently came back to Berlin after not being there for quite a bit. You'll see the faster cars in the pack are working their way through on the inside. I wish I could have been on that inside line, not get stuck behind everybody. Our main man, Corey Holtzlander, coming through. He ends up winning this race. And, yeah, that's why I'm building that new cylinder head for this car, is because I get stuck up behind people that are slower than me, and then it takes forever to work back all the speed with the engine I've got currently. Yeah, but once I'm up to pace, it's pretty consistent. Just trying to work my way past some of these slower traffic. You'll see that that guy up front, Don Richter's his name, he actually leads this race for a decent amount of time, which usually he doesn't lead any laps. Usually he's near the back, but somehow he holds off the field for a decent few laps here. Yep, and yeah, you'll see that Neon gets a little bit squirrely on the apron there. It's a little bit of a bump, just like coming out of turn 2. You got to be careful with how far down you go on that apron, otherwise you can get in the dirt, you can unsettle your suspension, stuff like that. They try not to allow passing on the apron, but I mean it happens sometimes. You'll see that they started the Civic up front again. You know, the inversion does make it interesting, I have to say. Because if they just started everybody by qualifying order, you'd see those two cars that are up front right now, they would just go away with the entire race. You know, pretty immediately. Because, I mean, the gap in performance in the cars from the slowest to fastest is quite large in this class. I'm somewhere in the middle. There's a few cars ahead of me and a lot of cars behind me. Yeah, so the thing that happened the last time me and that green Civic got into it is basically the same thing that happens right here, only she didn't give me the room on the inside. So I made it out of that almost scratch-free, but she ended up going into the wall on the front stretch and messed up her car pretty good. And I'd say it's about 60-40 blame between me and her. I'd say it was 60% her fault, but it's alright. Racing's racing. You can't really... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, but yeah, so Donnie's falling back just a bit now. And then you'll see that number 17 Neon there. That guy's a rookie also. He was running 22-second laps or so, and, you know, he's just kind of blocking everybody up. There's a few cars out there like that this week. It's a lot of rookies out there. And, yeah. So, you'll see my camera go blue. I don't know why it does that. It might be the timing equipment as it's going by. But yeah, Richter just lets me by right there. There's no way he was pushing that. Unless he's having engine problems. I don't think he is. That car's been out here for a good few years and it never really has any problems. Yeah, I've been watching this class since I've been in middle school, and there's still a lot of cars that were racing when I was in middle school that are still out there on the track. Anyway, this is a less eventful part where I'm just trying to catch up to the 31. I don't know if I was actually catching him or not, but, oh yeah, so there's the Sunfire driven by my pit crewman. Yeah, we just let him drive that for the first time. It's usually it's either my dad or it's a backup car for me if something were to happen to this thing, because I'm racing for points. I believe after tonight I was 5th in points. And yeah. So that's, I mean, I only ever got to like 12th in points last year, only because I was sharing that other Sunfire with my brother. We were racing every other week, but he's not here most of the time this year. So yeah, we'll see more lap traffic. I have a little bit of a harder time getting by this guy because he's just kind of all over the place. Yeah, he almost caused an accident in practice too. That was kind of not good. I mean, and the thing is, it's not even the car. Like, I remember when I was back in middle school and high school, that car used to race out here, and it was actually a really fast car. It got a few feature wins, and he must have sold it on to somebody else, and now it's, you know, it doesn't go very fast anymore. So, I mean, it's not much else to say other than, you know, needs some more seat time. I believe we'll have a caution coming up here soon. But yeah, my pit crewman had to pull off because his front left tire went down, and then there wasn't enough justification to come out again because I believe there were only, what, like, probably, there weren't a lot of laps left when they got that tire changed. Yep. Just, trying to remember what happens. It just happened yesterday, but I already don't remember. Oh, I believe we're waiting for that, the next thing that happens is that crash with the number 41, I believe, which could be in the next lap or so, I think. Oh yeah, and then the 31 just bows out of the race. I don't know why. So, yep, another free position. I believe that puts me up to 4th right now. And you'll see that, yeah, she hit the wall somewhere up here, and now she's down on the bottom. And then, for some unfortunate reason, the number 01 Civic, the green one, just broke a control arm under caution. You'll see that she wasn't on the inside of the track right as the caution came out, but she is now, because apparently she hit that bump in turn 2, and that was it, with the rear control arm on that car. Which, yeah, some things like that just, I mean, I'm lucky enough never to have that happen. Also, apparently I heard after the race that number 17, while we were under this caution, actually stole a position from someone who was on the lead lap, even though that was the second lap pass from some people. But yeah, so that puts me in 4th behind, number 1 Holtzlander, 22 of Justin Roloffs, and that, number 21 Matt Bugard in the Cobalt. And, the blue car from the first feature is behind me, number 9, Bill Peace. Like, okay, so I did skip ahead in the caution a little bit. I believe we have 2 to go, or 1 to go. I believe now we'll be coming around to the white flag under caution. And, yeah, so we got Corey and Justin right next to each other. It's always an interesting combination. Yep, white flag. And line. So, alright. And I believe there are 3 laps to go right now. It's lap 17 of 20. So Bugard is right next to me, the number 21 Cobalt, and then Peace is to my inside behind me, I believe. And this is going to be, the story of this 3 laps is me trying to hold off Bill Peace. And it ends up being a drag race to the finish line, and it's very close, but I did end up closing him out. And, yeah, my car isn't too great off the line. As you can see, both of them have, or all 3 of them have faster engines, and that's why I'm building a cylinder head. Because that's my only disadvantage currently, is not having enough power. I believe we're making 120 horsepower to the wheels. So, you know, I gain it back in the corners, and I lose it on the straights, and that's just how it is right now. So, I know Peace is there, And I'm trying to cut down as much as possible just to minimize his chances of being able to get by me. And so I'm not even, at this point I've completely tuned out what's happening in front of me, and I'm just trying to figure out where Peace is, where he's going to strike next. And I believe at this next turn he almost, because of how low I'm cutting, he almost takes me out, I believe. It's either this lap or next. You'll see me get a bit squirrely. See right there, he gives me a tap. And yeah, he's a little bit aggressive. He's been getting more aggressive as he's been gaining progress and getting more positions and stuff like that. So, I believe this is the white flag, possibly? Or checkers, maybe. I don't know. Yep, checker flag. That is all. And it was a drag race, but I got him. So, that's been the first of my GoPro commentaries. We'll see, this might take quite a while to render. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I'll try to have more of these in the future. They do take quite a bit of time to make, so... Alright, this is Too Many Toyotas signing off.